Amira is a total hero and a champion. 12 years ago, in a few weeks, I was wandering around the Harvard campus with a few other students, pushing thumbtacks into corkboards to hang posters for a rally that, pretty much by any standard measure, was a terrible idea. It was a rally targeting the #1 champion of global AIDS funding in the US Senate, a guy named John Kerry. And John Kerry was planning to introduce a bill that wouldn't double or triple or quadruple, it would quintuple global AIDS funding from the United States at a moment when more funding was urgently necessary. And for some reason, the other students in the Student Global AIDS campaign and I had decided to build a giant rally focused specifically on him, calling him out for political cowardice, for not asking for at least twice as much as he was about to propose. And it was going to be a rally on a Saturday, off campus. And when the day came, it rained. So it was kind of guaranteed fail. But that morning, students started trickling in. A few people who are here today started trickling in, at least one. And they came out of the subway station, they started coming in knots and throngs, then busloads started arriving, and there were 200, and then 300, and then 600 students at this rally. And we caused a giant cacophony. We did the Toy Toy, the South African protest dance, we sang, we chanted, we called in reinforcements. Jeffrey Sachs came and read a letter that Bono had written at 2 in the morning the previous night. We had Miss Universe 1999, who was from Botswana and knew something about the global AIDS crisis. She came and spoke. And we somehow managed to get the Boston Globe to write a story about this rally targeting the senator about something he hadn't done yet, that nobody knew anything about, except for we heard about it because a student at George Washington had met with Barbara Lee's staff and had heard the rumor that the funding level was going to be too low. And 6 weeks later, Kerry frisked John Kerry's bill came out, and it didn't call out for $1 billion. It called for $2.5 billion for the second year. And that bill became the authorizing legislation for the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, for PEPFAR. It set the bar and set the stage for everything that's come after it. And what seemed like a crazy idea at that moment of getting students together to yell about a senator who was our champion, not potentially doing something quite good enough, actually kind of changed the game. And it changed all of us. What's been incredible with the Student Global AIDS campaign is that experience being replicated over and over and over. Students, thousands of students from hundreds of campuses, getting involved in this fight and confronting President Bush and President Obama in his campaigns and in the White House, 6 successive Congresses, global corporations, the entire international system, and challenging them to do what is right and what is necessary. And then over and over, somehow, winning. And you might ask, how did we learn how to do that? And the answer is all around you. Because this room is full of the people that mentored us, that gave us this incredible gift, both teaching us how to do this. Eric Sawyer, folks from ACT UP, from the Health Gap Coalition, allies around the world, the Treatment Action Campaign, took us in and taught us how to fight. Also investing us financially, like all of us, I hope tonight, are doing, making sure we had that tiny bit of money to let us print a big sign or get somebody on the bus to go to DC and lobby the member of Congress. And most of all, teaching us by example. That you could start with the conviction that every human life, no matter where you're born on this earth, every life is equally precious. And that a system that denies that fact is unjust. Teaching us that you would start with that conviction and build your whole life around it. And not only have a great life, but actually win and change the world. That's what you taught us. And for me, and for so many of us, that profoundly changed our lives. At a personal level, that first day when I was putting up those posters, that's when I fell in love with my wife. She wasn't my wife then. She's here now.